So yesterday I boiled some beets with some pickling spices to make pickled beets, or I think I'm going to actually put some kombucha in with these, since I boiled them and scrubbed them before I boiled them and took away all the natural yeast and bacteria. So I'm going to ferment these beets after I peel them and mix them with some kombucha and make fermented beets. And I'm peeling them because it takes away a little bit of the extra earthiness that you get from that outside peel. And with the peelings, those are going to go into the worm bins. After I peel these, I'm also going to give them a taste, because yesterday when I was boiling them, I knew I had a brand new container of pickling spices, but I could not find it. So earlier today I did another deep dive through my spice cabinet, and I found my brand new container of pickling spice. So if I don't find them spicy enough, then I will add some additional pickling spice in the containers with the kombucha to bump that up while they're fermenting. So I'm just going to stand here and peel these beets. Yummy! If you want to make pickled beets, you don't have to peel the beets. It's a personal preference. Like I said, I think it just takes away a little bit extra earthiness from the beets. But as you can see, very easy to peel after they are cooked. And you also might want to wear a rubber glove so that you don't dye your hand like I am doing. I'm sure I'm not getting all of the outer skin off of all of these, but I am getting the majority, and I'm mostly paying attention to the top of the beet and the very bottom of the beet. The rest of it scrubs pretty clean. Okay, I have about 5 or 6 left in my pot over here. I think they're all pretty small ones. Getting a little crazy with this one, cutting off quite a bit of flesh, but these cuttings are not going to go to waste. The worms will love them. Worms love anything that have a good sugar content. Melons, bananas, banana peels, and beets naturally have a high sugar content, so they are going to really enjoy these beet skins. And since they're cooked, they're nice and soft, so they will be able to get at them quickly, much quicker than a raw beet. That's super hard. Okay, 2 left. All right. Whoops. Okay. So now all I have left is pot of juice, which is also not going to go to waste. But let me take a taste. Of one of these beets. Get a little bit closer to the middle. Definitely want more pickling spice. So, I'm actually going to cut these beets up, put them back in the pot with some more pickling spice, put them back on the heat for a little bit before I put them in jars. And I'm not going to make you watch that, but that is the next step. So, I'll come back later after that's all done.
Buster, Buster, Buster. Yeah, yeah. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
I was stirring this just a second ago and ended up with this. Oh boy! Let's finish this up. So I already cooked the beets and put them in jars, but there's no liquid in here. So I'm going to put, since I have 5-pint jars, I'm going to put 4 cups of liquid of the juice in here. I've already put a 1/4 cup of sugar, but I didn't find it to be really sweet enough. So I'm adding a second 1/4 cup to make 1/2 cup of sugar added. I think that will be plenty sweet. And I did go through, after I got all the beet pieces out of the pot, I did go through and I strained out all the juice to get all the pickling spice out. I didn't film that, and I'm glad I didn't, because I made a huge mess. So hopefully all that's dissolved. I did warm this up a little bit to help dissolve the sugar. And since I knew I was going to be warming this up, I also took some of the juice and put it in the freezer to cool it down. Got a piece of spice in there. Okay. So I'm going to fill this to about 3.5 cups. And then I have a jar or a bottle of kombucha. This is kombucha I got on 1223 I got for my jars. I should strain this just in case there's a little SCOBY on top, but I'm not going to. And then I'm going to do, so I have 3.5 cups right here in my Pyrex. I'm just going to fill it up to the 4-cup mark, a little over the 4-cup mark, to add. So I'll have a little over half a cup of kombucha in my beet juice. I'm going to mix that up a little bit. And that kombucha is just going to add microbes and bacteria back into the beet juice. After I fill these, I'm going to cap them, and then I'm going to actually leave them on the counter for probably about a week to do their ferment. Then I will taste them, see if I want to ferment them longer, or if I think they're fermented enough, which the fermenting will just eat some of the bacteria and stuff I just added in from the kombucha, will eat some of the sugars that I just put in there, and it'll turn it a little sour. So normally, this is the first time I'm doing this process. Normally I would pickle with some white vinegar. The fermentation will turn some of that sweet into the soury, more of the sour, vinegary type taste. The longer I let it sit, the more vinegary it'll get. I should probably wait the beets down, but I will check them every day. And I'm not putting the lids on super tight. They're not even finger tight. They're just so that when it easily stops turning. This is not the correct lid for this jar. So if I turn them upside down, they might even leak. They're that loose. But I'm going to leave them here on the counter and let them sit. I will check them again tomorrow. I will open them. Any beets that are poking out the top above the liquid, I will poke back down, and then assess if maybe I want to weight them down to keep all of the beets under the water. And then after a few days, I'll give them a taste test and see if I want to ferment them longer or put them in the refrigerator to stop the fermentation process. So after filling those, I still have a cup of liquid in here. So I'm going to pour that back in this quart jar. And then I have another container of beet juice here that I'm going to add. And I have so if I mix this together. So I have this quart jar full of beet juice, and this is filled to about here. So maybe 2 cups of juice in this cup. And I am going to put this in the refrigerator. And next time I make pickled beets, this is what I'm going to use to pickled eggs. So next time I make pickled eggs, this is the beet juice. This is what I will use to put in with my eggs to make pickled eggs. And I think I only have a couple of pickled beet eggs left, so I will probably be making those soon. Alright, so I'm going to leave these on the counter. I have my tub here and all of my peelings, my beet peelings, and even all of the paper towels I've used today to clean up are going in here. Banana skin in here because I had some banana pudding earlier today. I did put the spices that I filtered out in here. They are on top of a paper towel because I don't know if I'm going to feed those to my worms yet or not. But I'm going to save all this for my next worm feeding, and I will record that and let you see me feeding this to the worms. Alright, bye.